Hey, what's up, guys and gals? My name is Rick 9G. Welcome to the live stream. I'm too low, so I'm gonna go higher. Okay, there we go. Thank you so much for joining the live stream. Ooh, I'm excited today. Oh, feathers. Every time I'm on the live stream, there are feathers. Feathers going. There's never feathers. Look, one right here. It's going up. Anyway, welcome to the live stream. I appreciate you coming out here. We're gonna be talking about this. I Love Lucy in color. Now I have two of these. I have this one just so people can see what's up. So I have this one that I've opened, used for myself. I'm going to show you what episodes are on here because I know people want to know. So let's take a look. We start with this orange section, Pioneer Women. Lucy does a TV commercial. That's the one with Vitamin Benjamin. Pioneer Women's the one with the bread. Job switching, that's the chocolate episode. $1 Million Idea, that's of course from season 3 where Lucy bottles the Aunt Martha's old-fashioned salad dressing. Bonus Bucks, my favorite I Love Lucy episode right now. LA at Last, the one with Bill Holden and the pie and the nose that gets lit on fire. Lucy Gets in Pictures, so that's the one with the headdress over here. I don't know if you could see it. And the fashion show, that's the one I'm going to be looking at while we chat. Also the Dancing Star, the one with Van Johnson. Harpo Marx, with the one with Harpo Marx. Lucy Visits Gromans and the John Waynes. So both John Waynes. Lucy Goes to Scotland. That's actually people's probably least favorite. Lucy's Italian Movie, the one where she gets grapes and stomps on them. Christmas Show and Lucy and Superman. So all these are included in this DVD. It just came out August 13th on my birthday, which just passed a little bit ago. We'll start the episode out and we'll talk about that, and maybe we'll do some Gilligan's Island later on as well. So let's hit up the fashion show. Thank you to everyone who's joined the live stream. Wow, so many people from California. Where else? From Texas. Everyone, it's kind of a tradition now. Let me know where you're from. Let me know where you're signing in from. Oh, I also want to show this one that I'm going to be giving away in the giveaway. You can see it is sealed, unopened, and so stay tuned for the giveaway. I don't announce them because then people would just watch the video with the giveaway. So it's like you gotta watch everything. So, ooh, look at that. Such bright colors in the fashion show. Lucy, it comes in with the robe and showing Ricky her bathing suit. It's a green robe, by the way. Very, very cool to know that. Very, very cool to get into those details. Pennsylvania, Ohio, California. Awesome. Thank you for the belated birthday wishes. North Carolina. Wow. Very nice. Other side of the country. Very cool. Pennsylvania, Arizona. Wow. A void, very unique place. Oh, there comes Ethel with a blue dress and Fred with a very nice brown suit. Actually looking very snazzy for Fred there. From Georgia. El Paso, Texas. Well, hearts go out to all of you guys in that area, of course. Ontario, California. Oh, I thought you were going to say Ontario, and then I was thinking Canada. And then I was like, wait, California. I was like, yeah, there is an Ontario. I've been there. South Carolina. Glad, Angela, that you're in the live chat. Wow, the chat's really moving today. It has legs of its own. It's going up and down, and I'm just getting attacked by feathers. It's just a thing. Modesto, California. Very, very nice. Yeah, so what do you guys think of the Scotland episode? It is I'm hearing from you, so I've given my opinion, but what do you guys think? Jersey City, Melbourne, Australia. Wow, awesome. Farthest so far. Definitely the farthest. Long flight over there. Tallahassee, Florida. Sydney, Australia. Wow, 2 Australians on here. Awesome. Gastonia. Where's Gastonia? Gaston from Beauty and the Beast. Oh, I love Ethel with her blonde hair. Something I usually don't think of. Her having blonde hair. It's just not on my mind. West Virginia. Verbal Volley, nice to see you. Thank you so much. I'm glad you're on here. Glad you're happy. Glad Verbal Volley. Look at that. The attack of the feathers. Really? Did you see that big thing? These aren't UFOs. It's feathers. Unidentified flying feathers. Scotland was blah. You guys don't like the Scotland episode. What about it? It's not the singing, believe me. I thought, well, it's the singing, it's the fact that, but it's not, because operetta, I know some people don't like it, but a lot of people do like that episode, and I kind of like it. I just don't know. I think the storyline, because operetta was like a little play within I Love Lucy story versus Scotland that was a dream. So the whole episode is basically a dream. So I don't know. I don't know. Oh, Gastonia is in North Carolina. Awesome. Thank you for that. Oh. Knoxville, Tennessee. Wow. Awesome. How about Bent Fork? Bent Fork, Tennessee. You guys and gals know what that's from? Let me know. If you know, I know a lot of you know, but it's nice to see it in the chat. Where? Bent Fork, Tennessee. Where does that come from in regards to I Love Lucy? Oh, and there's Fred coughing up a storm when he's like $500 for a dress. Oh my gosh. And Ricky's like laughing. Desi's laughing in the background. Mobile, Alabama. Very nice. Mobile, Alabama. One of my favorite wrestlers was from there. I think the Hollies, right? Hardcore Hollies, if you guys are into that. I'm Ernest Ford from Tennessee. Oh, I love Tennessee Ernie Ford. Oh, man, he was great. Slower Slobovia. That's awesome. That was from, do you guys know what episode? That was from season 4 from Going to California. Which one, though? Oh, that was such a good line from Fred. I love it. Slobovia. Oh my gosh. Valley Forge, Pennsylvania. Awesome. Ooh, I have never seen this one in color. So it's cool. I like the original black and white. Don't get me wrong. I don't think the color replaces the black and white or is better. I just think it adds a certain season or flavor. You know, it's like you had salsa on some, you had like chili on something. It makes it tasty, at least in my mind. But the main idea of the food has to be good. The chili doesn't make it good. The chili just adds, right? So like salt. So to me, this is like salting food. It's enough. But if you have too much, increase your high blood pressure. Wasn't Scotland episode supposed to be Lucy dreaming? Exactly, Nikki. So yeah, that's definitely what was happening. In fact, you do get I don't know, like 2-3 minutes of them talking when they're in the hotel room, and then Lucy falls asleep. So you got quite an echo in that car. Aaron Spelling from 90210, and you know, Tori Spelling's dad, he was on I Love Lucy. Very cool. You barely can recognize him. The once husband of the amazing Carolyn Jones, Morticia Addams. Very cool. Yeah, it's kind of cool. And the funny thing is, I'm surprised that they made it in color. A while back, people have asked me, hey, Rick, what would you wanted to do? What episode do you want to make in color? And I said the fashion show. I also said Lucy in pictures. I also said Pioneer Women. I think Superman had already been done, but I might have mentioned it, or I said I was happy it was. And yeah, so all of those became color. Coincidence? I don't know, but it's kind of cool. I think, I don't know. And those just came to mind. It wasn't like I did a deep analysis, you know, of that, but that's just interesting. Verbal Volley coming in with a great question. Why do you think that Lucy has stood the sands of time, whereas so many other series from the time frame have faded into vague memory? Well, first of all, I have a lot of reasons. Everything is at home. Everything starts in the home. It starts with the couple. It's something that everyone can relate to. The comedy's timeless. It's clean. It's innocent. And so it can be translated into many different languages without an issue, without being censored. It's like I said, in that sense. And the problems are very common problems. It's one episode wasn't Lucy Goes to Space, okay? Which, yeah, in the 50s. But one episode wasn't Lucy meets the Green Men from, you know, another planet. Now, they did an episode, obviously, with women from Mars and stuff. But all of these had to do with things like jealousy. That's the episode, right? The women from Mars. Us wanting to appear better than we really are, having more money. And that's Lucy, of course, with her dress, trying to get a more expensive dress than what she can afford. And so all of these topics we can relate to. And I think that's what makes it very, very cool. So I know that some people are in the chat and they want to get shouted out, or if you want to guarantee that your question, pretty much that I call attention to it, that's what the super chat is for. It's not that I'm trying to ignore you, believe me. It's just a lot of things in the chat, and then I get carried away with my answers sometimes. So it happens. It happens. Okay. From Bucks County, Pennsylvania. Ooh, that sounds nice. Pretty small town. Does it sound like a small town? Yeah. Oh, and Backstager, thank you for adding that. The fact that there was good chemistry. Now we have a beautiful scene where they're at Don Loper's salon, right? And you have Lucy and Ethel Ricky and Fred aren't there, but Ricky and Fred, or Desi and Bill, were half of the fun. Okay, they were just half of the fun. And then when we move on to the Lucy show, we lose all that. That's not there. And so the kinetic energy is not the same as when all four are in the episode. Remember, it's like we even see Lucy and Ethel here, but we're thinking of Ricky at the same time subconsciously that, oh man, she's going to do something that's going to make him upset. She's going to get a really expensive dress, right? By the way, the dresses that they're bringing out are all different colors. There's like a lime green, there's a yellow, and then there's an orange that they brought out. Lucy has like a brown dress with like the little tie. Remember that? The tie is blue. Ethel has a green coat with a little scarf around her neck. The scarf is like a purple, so it's kind of cool. Why wasn't Desi Arnaz Jr. cast as Little Ricky instead of getting another kid to play their son? Well, they wanted a professional actor, someone who knew what they were doing and so forth, and that was Richard Keith. And they also didn't really want to put their son out there so much so young. They kind of wanted him to make his own decision in that sense, which they later did that over in the Lucy show, or in Here's Lucy. Yeah. And so, yeah, that's a good question. But they wanted someone who was like able to play the drums. It's sometimes easier, believe me, to get an actor than to get the actual person who it's based on. Same thing with Seinfeld. The character of George Costanza was played by Jason Alexander, who was actually Larry David. That was basically Larry David's life. But they thought that Jason Alexander would be easier because he was a professional actor. He could embody the character. So, yes. Call for Philip Morris. Well, they had Nick. They had more than 2 Little Ricky actors. They had 6, and I made a video on that. You should check it out and explain the reasons by all that. And if I ever make a video on something and people ask questions about that video, I always refer you to that video or whichever video that is because, keeps people in the loop. So Verbal Volley, you're asking how you can contribute. Great question. It depends how you'd like to contribute. Liking, commenting, subscribing is always great. It's super free, but it's super helpful to me. Look at that little feather. And so that's one way. Other way, there's links in the description for Patreon. That's a great way to stay in the loop as well, know what's happening, have exclusive content. There's also merchandise. I sell coffee, tea mugs, or just mugs that you can put water in, whatever you want to do. And they're Vic 9G mugs with amazing Be Hopeful slogan on it. So there's a lot of things. Everything's in the description of the video. Very, very cool. Is there any other episode or episodes you would have liked seen in color? Should I answer that and then all of a sudden they'll color them? Ooh, that's a good one. I may have to come back to that because I have to really think. Maybe I have to get out a couple. I would really like some in season 6, believe it or not. It's not everyone's favorite season, but more with the guest stars. So maybe the one with Bob Hope. Watch that one get colorized now. The one with, because that's cool. It's like baseball and she goes to the baseball team. I would love to see that in color. What else? A lot in season 6 where they go to Florida. There's like water and they go on the deserted island. That would be awesome. The deserted island one. Oh, yes. Lucy's on the subway with the loving cup on her head. There's a lot of good season 6 episodes. Rebecca Ann coming in with the first donation, $1.99. Thank you so much for contributing to the channel and supporting in such an awesome way. Thank you so much. Well, thank you, Carissa. You enjoyed the Twilight Zone video. I enjoyed making it. And let me tell you something. When I was making it, I was like, I hope people get scared or creeped out when they watch it. And that's kind of hard to do because believe me, it's just my commentary and images. So obviously I can't use video footage, but I'm like, if it kind of creeps people out with the video with the images that I'm using, then definitely that's something that I'm looking out for. And a lot of people told me they were creeped out. And I'm like, yes, I was effective then. That's awesome. Chad Swain coming in with a $5 donation. Thank you so much. Do you know the technical aspects of colorizing a black and white show? I can give you the main idea. And it's fairly simple in the sense of the process, but actually doing it is the hard part. So what they used to do, some of these things are in existence, believe it or not. I went to the Lucy Desi Museum. You could see things like Ethel's shoes, Vivian Vance's shoes, Lucille Ball's outfit, different things that they can tie to the real colors. For example, they have a dress of Lucy with the polka dots. They can see it's blue. So they'll add it on there. But what'll happen is they have a computer that also reads the different shades black, between the black and the white and the grays and everything in between. They allocate like numbers, if that makes sense. And so then they could say, okay, this is lighter, this is darker, this is in the blue spectrum, this is in the red spectrum, and so forth. So a lot of them, we have the colors and they put them in. A lot of people were on set, Lucy Arnaz and so forth, contributed a lot of colors that she knew. And then if we continue with that, there was also some that they had no idea, like maybe a little figurine in the back, which they would have the computer system, the algorithm, make the best choice with the colors that are already 100%. And then it would make the best guess. Like there's a chair right now in the hotel room in the behind area. Who knows what color that is? But there's a palm tree and that had to be green, right? So they put that in there. It's kind of like, when you do the coloring book. So that's kind of how it works. It's a pretty cool system. And so it's fairly accurate. Is it perfect and exactly 100% precise? Well, no, but it's very close to that. Absolutely. Heriberto Torres, thank you for joining the live stream. I haven't seen you before, so that's cool that you're on here. Ricky Desi had excellent timing. I would agree with that. Is it the laughter heard in the background many times? Yep, absolutely. From Puerto Rico. Awesome. Thank you so much. From the wonderful island off the Florida coast. Very, very cool. Yeah, so that is Desi. That is definitely Desi. You can hear him very, very loudly in the ballet episode with the Slowly I Turn routine. Boom, he's up there for sure. Numerology episode, or the seance. That's the one Carissa is talking about. She would love to see that in color. That's an interesting one. There's a lot going on there. A lot of season 1 episodes are very good too. Trying to think of any others. There's a lot in season 1 that actually, like the New Neighbors one was one that I mentioned. That's the one where Lucy goes in there, acts like the sofa, where she breaks into the neighbor's apartment. Seance episode is awesome. Elijah, favorite colorized TV show originally aired in black and white? John Wayne. I love the John Wayne episode in itself, but the one where he makes the appearance. The Gromans one is cool, but I like John Wayne in there, and I love his part. I've said that many times because I think it's just great. Ooh, Nathan Martinez coming in with a great question. What is your favorite video that you have done? It's an interesting question. You know what? It's really hard because sometimes I get really excited with the video and I'm like, this video is going to do so well. It's going to get so many views, and maybe it doesn't. Then another video, maybe I'm like, ooh, I wish I could have done that a little better and improved. And then it maybe does really well. So sometimes the videos that I really like are not necessarily the most popular videos, which is kind of cool. Like, I'm not going to say it's my favorite that I ever made, but that Twilight Zone recent video is one of my favorites that I've done. Definitely like top 20. I like some of the bloopers, some of the cameo videos that I've done. The one with, I don't know why I like it, the one with Catherine Card where I talk about Lucy's mom. I enjoyed that one. I enjoyed making that one. So yeah. The one where I talk about how much they made and how much the cast made, that one I enjoyed as well, making that one. Why did they have a live studio audience? Great question, Nick. It all has to do with Lucy. And the fact that Lucy worked best with an audience, with someone that she could play off reactions to. And she liked that more than the movie environment, which you don't have an audience. So they figured out a way to do it. Desi and his gang, pretty much Desi came up with it. And I mean, oh, there comes Lucy, a bright red tomato. Andrew Jacob, you love the Tallulah Bankhead episode. It's a good one. I definitely like a lot of the hour-long episodes too. Angela, you feel like their outfits, when in color, look very mismatched. I am not a fashion guy, so I'm going to go with you on that. All I can tell you is that, remember, it's a different time, so I'm not like defending it, but I'm like, maybe it's an answer and maybe it works, but maybe it doesn't. I don't know. It's a different time, and so when I see some of the outfits, they're like weird. But also look at my video when I go to Jamestown and I go to the museum, how those colors were actually accurate to what was on set. There's weird colors. There's like yellows and greens, and there's a lot of blue in the apartment. Lucy's second main apartment that we know, with the window right in the center of the living room, is mostly blue, believe it or not. It's like a light blue. And that's surprising to me and to most people. Teal green is the color of the kitchen with a lot of yellow. And so, yes, that's weird and mismatched, but that's not really colors. It's like 50s colors. So it's just something to keep in mind. Hey, Roland, nice to see you. Very, very cool. Well, Cameron, a lot of shows have laugh tracks, especially sitcoms. I Love Lucy was not, it's not that you're saying that, but I'm saying it was not a laugh track. I still have people that argue with me to this day that there's a laugh track on I Love Lucy. And I'm like, absolutely not. 100% no laugh track. Not at all. Other shows, yes. Andy Griffith Show, laugh track. Gilligan's Island, laugh track. Munsters, laugh track. Addams Family, laugh track. Get Smart, laugh track. I can keep going. Most shows did not have a laugh track. Dick Van Dyke Show, laugh track from I Love Lucy. So just kind of information. Was it true Don Wells? Let me see. I love the Lucy Desi Museum. Did you see the ugly Lucy statue? You should take a look backstage, because I went to New York and I did a whole trip on it, and I did go and see the statue, but you got to see what happened. It was pretty cool. So there's 3 videos. One in New York City, one Lucy oriented, all Jamestown, all Lucy sites. And then the third one was pretty much Buffalo, New York, and the other sites in the New York area. What day of the week and what time was I Love Lucy on? Great question. I can tell you right now. So you're saying, let me see, what day of the week and what time was, okay, so what time did it air? Not what time did the episodes actually get recorded. So it kind of differed, to be honest, but a lot of the episodes appeared. It's kind of hard because I have number dates. And so I guess I can go back and take a look at that. It did move around a lot. I can tell you that a lot of the episodes were filmed on Thursdays for whatever reason. Some on Fridays. It's just depending on what they did during that time of the week. Yep. Mike Zip, how did you get interested in these old TV shows? Well, I started watching them as a kid. Very, very fun. They were very funny. I don't know why, but I kind of saw Lucy as a type of cartoon, if that makes any sense. And it was just enjoyable to watch in general. And so from there, it kind of snowballed because I saw who Harpo Marx was, and I started watching the Marx Brothers, and I liked that too. And then my dad was like, well, you got to start. I've already started watching the Stooges before that because my dad showed me the Stooges versus Lucy I found on my own, and so forth. And I could go down the list with the other shows, but it's just kind of like a snowball. It just kept going. But started with Lucy and Gilligan's Island. Those are the two big stars right there. Oh man, chat is like, tuk, 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 tuk. Yep, Max, CBS. Yep, you're correct. What was the best behind the scenes story? I like the one with the bread, with the gigantic bread that came along. You should check out the video Fact or Fiction, where I do discuss that and how the bread was made, and whether it was real or not, and how they got it, how they were able to like fit it in there, how they were able to bake it and stuff, all that stuff. I go over, so it's kind of cool. Definitely AZDH85224. I do enjoy Get Smart. It's not one of my favorite shows necessarily, but I do have a lot of episodes that are fantastic and super excellent. And so, yes. Maddie is from, oh man, I'm sorry, I can't pronounce that. From New York, definitely. Near Cooperstown. Can I just say that? Cooperstown. There we go. You want all of the Lucy episodes colored? What do you guys think about that? Do you think they should eventually color all of them? Should that be a thing? I think that's what they're going for eventually, or to color like a season, and then you get a whole season out in color. So yeah. You love set design, Randall. So it's pretty cool to see it, believe it or not. It's really, really cool to see how they design things, how they get things moving. It's really, really interesting. Chad, what do you think of the Miss Lewis and Mr. Ritter episode? I think it has its moments. It's definitely not my favorite episode. It's not one I go to or watch often. I do like the Mr. Ritter and Lucy scene where like Lucy's poor. I do like that dinner scene. It reminds me of the one with Mr. Littlefield and how they're doing everything quickly. I like that. That was really good. Very, very cool. Honeymooners had no laugh track. You wrote a screenplay when you were 13 where Ralph won the lottery. That's cool. And moved into the Mertz's building. That's awesome. All the standard jokes are right from both sitcoms. That's pretty hard to do because you have to like work off of both shows and stuff. Laurel and Hardy. I love Laurel and Hardy. I have a lot of their movies and stuff over there. I have it in a set. Wow, that was loud. Sorry about that. Arthur, nice having you on the stream. I saw the I Love Lucy show in reruns. So when I first saw I Love Lucy when I was really young, I wondered why they call Viv Ethel. Very, very true. Very, very cool. I've seen I Love Lucy special with Milton Berle from 1959. Absolutely. I have. Let me just move this around. I have all of them. I have the 13 episodes over here, and it includes all of them. The one with the horse, the one in Japan. They're not really in Japan, by the way. The summer vacation one, I love that one for some reason, where they go on the lake, so forth. Ooh. Absolutely. Sabaka, is that correct? Sorry if I didn't mispronounce, or if I mispronounced that. Would I ever like to meet any of the Lucy or Desi's sons, daughters, grandchildren? Of course, definitely. That'd be really cool. That'd be really cool in the context of the show, obviously, just to like find out more about Lucy and obviously Desi. Very, very interesting. Very, 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 very just cool to have that connection, you know, to that great lady. Put my water down. Ida Lupino. Yeah, Lupino. She was actually, which is really cool, she was a director for some of the episodes of Gilligan's Island. She's really good because I love Gilligan's Island, and she did a really good job in a lot of those episodes. Let's see. Looking into pictures, I saw that one. $1 Million Idea, job switching. I'm going to switch up here because I've seen all of those. I want to see, are there any that I haven't seen in color? The Harpo Marx one, believe it or not, I haven't seen that. It has Carolyn Appleby in there, and she is awesome. It's not in here. It's really hard to see. They painted it on the DVD, the name of the episode, and it's really hard to see what they are. Okay, let's get that back on there. You love the episode Deep Sea Fishing. How'd you like that one? I think it's pretty good with the gigantic fish. There's a really cool fact and stuff. Look at that. Attacking feathers. With the not the shrimp, I was gonna say with the gigantic tuna. Great fact, great episode as well. Now, this one, I am going to start. The thing is, I can't skip the beginning part of it. They don't let you do it. Everyone having a good Sunday so far? Everyone enjoying their day and so forth? I hope you guys are. Hope you guys are enjoying this evening as well. I also wanted to say thank you. I want to say thank you to all of you for coming on the stream, for supporting, for your countless likes, your subscriptions, and just all the comments, all the wonderful positivity. It's awesome that you're helping me keep this channel positive, family friendly, and all that good stuff. So thank you so much. Okay, let's get this thing started. I didn't see the Van Johnson one, but I don't like that one as much as Harpo Marx because I really love Harpo Marx and the Marx Brothers. So we're going to get that one started. Yes! Love it. Ooh, and Ricky's coming in with a light blue bathrobe. Oh, and Lucy has like it's kind of a pantsuit kind of thing. And it's kind of open here, and then it's striped. And it's striped yellow and black. She looks like a bumblebee. It doesn't look bad on her. It's just funny. I never would have imagined those colors. And Ricky has like a medallion around his neck. I don't know if he always had that on, but it's kind of cool. So I know a lot of people are against the coloring. Or any of you have no interest in the colors themselves? Let me know, and let me know why. I would really like to know why. Like I said, I'm kind of in the middle. I love the black and white ones. Don't get me wrong. I love the color is like an added bonus, but like this Harpo Marx one I'm watching in color, I would go watch in black and white later. So absolutely. Of course, Nick, I've seen every episode countless times. The saxophone episode, absolutely. It's a good episode. It's actually one of my favorites from season 2. The second half is a little slow for me, but the first half with the whole saxophone is good because the second half doesn't even really have to do with the saxophone. They just talk about saxophone lessons, and then like Lucy seeing another guy. Like, I don't know. I didn't like that part as much. But yeah. So lazy homebody, you say you don't like the colorization because it's distracting. So it distracts you from what's happening. I could kind of agree because I was watching the other day, I was watching Pioneer Women, and I was so focused on the colors that I kind of lost sight of like the episode, even though I know the episode, so it's not like I missed much. But yeah, I wasn't paying attention to the story as much, and it wasn't as funny to me, believe it or not, because I guess I was just so focused. So I see what you're saying for sure. Backstager, no interest in the color. It's too phony. You like the black and white. Cameron, no interest in the color. Black and white is indicative of classic 50s TV. Correct. I have an old autograph photo of Lucy and Desi. Very nice. Keep that. So Rayanne says, the colors distract from the show. They pick colors to show up in black and white. Best is filmed. You think it loses something when it adds color? I think it gains something, but it loses something as well. I would definitely agree with you. And yes, they painted things so that it would show a certain way in black or white. Definitely. And they did test it. They did know the shades that they wanted and so forth. Remember, when they even did the lighting for the show and they had to set up a lot of the lights, they had to be aware of how that looked with the color. It wasn't as easy as you think. Obviously, like if you go for a TV show and you're just wearing an outfit, it does something to everything. But if you're doing it black and white, you obviously want to make the lights appear a certain way. And there's a cool fact about Harpo Marx. I got to make a video on that, which is really cool. Did Lucille Ball really know how to play the saxophone? She kind of learned that. I wouldn't even say she really knew how to play it. She was pretty bad at it. So. Love Harpo in any color. Well, he's in this one, and he's definitely in color in this one. Bridget, you like him in black and white. Man, a lot of people, it's cool that everyone voices their thing. Who likes him in color now? Because we see a lot of people not liking them in black and white, or who kind of likes them either. Let's do that. Let me know. Just let me know in the chat, because it's good to get an idea of how you guys are thinking. Because apparently this is selling for $20. This is not super cheap. Let me tell you, it's not like a $5 DVD, and it has 16. Yeah. So, I mean, it's not super expensive, right? It's still fairly, I mean, yes, for some people it's kind of expensive. But what I'm trying to say, it's obviously people like it, and they saw it in the theater recently, and people paid to go. And again, it was something that people put the money down for. So it's something that people still enjoy watching. What's your favorite show that hadn't talked about yet? I would say Home Improvement. I made one video on it, and it's I won't say it's my favorite show, but it's definitely top 10. I have seen Room Service with the Marx Brothers. Yes, I have all the Marx Brothers shorts. I even got Love Happy, which is pretty hard to get. It was all right. It wasn't the greatest, but it was all right. It had its moments. The Munsters in color, the Addams Family in color would not be that great. Now, what the thing is, again, most of the Addams Family house, the original, is pink, and many people were kind of thrown off by that. Again, it has to do with how the black and white picks it up. However, if they would have made it in color purposefully, then they would have obviously chosen different colors. But I would have wanted to see what that would have been like, and how they would have made that work out. Movie ticket was $14.50. Yeah, here it was like $20. That's a lot. For me, for a movie, that's a lot. Normally, the theater close by here charges $14, which is fairly. I think it's a lot because I go other places and I pay $7 another place, and it's just like a normal. It isn't like super high up or anything. So yeah. You love Lucy in any color. There we go. So Deanna, you are a black, white, or color fan. You just like Lucy, no matter what color, right? The minutia of Bewitched. What I love here is that you have a wonderful, wonderful lady who's on I Love Lucy so much. Doris Singleton, one of my favorites of the show. I had a smidgen of a crush on her. She was just great, but she was like Lucy's nemesis, friend nemesis kind of thing. And she's great because again, I haven't seen her in color. And here she's wearing a pink. Oh, it's like really small dots. Like from far away, it looks pink. From close by, it's like pink and white, pink and white. It's like, so it's polka dots, but they're so small that you have to be really close to be able to see. Now, Ethel has another polka dots. Polka dots are pretty big in the 50s, by the way. Ethel's wearing a blue. It's not really polka dots. They look like hearts, but they're not really hearts. Oh, and there comes Lucy here as Gary Cooper. She does that male voice. It's really funny. She has a mask on, so now she has a Gary Cooper mask, and she's acting all cowboy and so forth. Pretty funny. Is the island still around from Gilligan's Island? So, Billy, there was no real island. The lagoon set is now built over. They completely tore it down. Where the huts were, the Mary Tyler Moore Show took over in that same, it's inside, believe it or not, where all the huts were, where they did a lot of the eating scenes at the dinner table. That's all indoors. It's not outdoors. And they did the Mary Tyler Moore Show after that. And now it's just another show. It's just another stage. All that stuff gets demolished pretty much and tossed. A couple things remain, like coconut cups and things like that. I have visited the studio that Lucy was recording, and I made videos on that. You should go check it out. Train robbery episode. It's one of my favorite episodes from season 5. Yes, season 5. I love it. And he's like, "You're a woman, aren't you?" Sounds very John Wayne-y when the jewel thief says it. Why did they have the uh-oh and laugh in most shows? It seems like it's not. That's Lucy's mom. She was in every taping, and she naturally did that. She didn't do it in every episode, but yeah, that's her reacting like that. What's your favorite Seinfeld episode? Ooh, there's so many. Oh, man. That's hard. When people ask me, like, what's my favorite, it's hard because I like the entire show, and like a lot of them stick out. If it's very rare that I like one episode like from something, I would have to like deduce what my favorite would be. I love so many on that show, and I have to think, maybe get back to you on that. What was my motivation for old shows? So I'm guessing just covering old shows or watching old shows. I'll give you both. For covering old shows, I think they're great. They're fun. I enjoy them. I watch them all the time. So I thought, let's see how many people are doing this. And there's no one pretty much when I started. The only I Love Lucy videos around was people posting or reposting things that were already little clips from episodes. And I was like, I don't want to do that. I want to comment on it. I want to talk about it. And be like, hey, have you seen or noticed that these people, oh my gosh, Fred coming in with this wacky yellow shirt outfit and everyone's staring at him at the pool. Anyway, so I wanted to do that. And then no one was doing that. No one was doing that when I started. And I've seen a few people kind of pick it up, start out. But yeah, I was the first to start that type of stuff. So it's kind of cool. No, Lucy's mom never appeared on I Love Lucy. Her real mom, that is. Hey, Christopher. Oh, Fred. Oh, Fred. He is hilarious. I love Fred Mertz. The character and Bill Frawley. I mean, I think they're kind of one or the other. So let's see here. I like the non-fat yogurt episode in Seinfeld. Okay, that was a good episode. That was a good episode. I really enjoyed it. And man, I really think it's... Oh, look at that. Harpo Marx coming in, chasing all the ladies. Oh my gosh. Harpo Marx. Oh my goodness. Oh, Babaloo, Ricky. I like seeing Harpo Marx in color. Now that I could see that this is in color, I look at the background of the set and the blue looks very fake. Whereas before, obviously it's black and white, but it kind of just blends in with everything, so it's not that hard. Just me. Cheers, Em. Are you from the United Kingdom by any chance? Cassandra Kaiser, thank you so much, coming in with a $4.99 donation. Thank you so much. Cassandra has been a really, really great supporter of the channel. I appreciate you, Cassandra. You've sent over things through the mail, wonderful things, and you're just awesome. Says, for my favorite YouTuber. Wow, that means a lot. There's a lot of people out there, guys. There's a lot of YouTubers. I'm talking about millions and millions of YouTubers. So the fact that you would choose me, I appreciate that so much. It means a lot. It really means a lot. It means I'm doing something right. I'm doing something in my crazy head right. Thanks. Fred was a fashion trendsetter. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Have you seen the Alf TV show from the 80s? Absolutely. I used to watch it when it was actually airing. So very, very cool. Fred wasn't the show. It was a blend of all the main four characters. Well, yeah, I don't think I would argue that Fred was the show. I wouldn't argue that Ethel was the show. I wouldn't argue that Desi was the show. Would I argue that Lucy was the show? I would say maybe. But you can't just have a show with one person, right? So you definitely need to, but I definitely think that Lucy was one of the main ones, obviously. But like I said, I love Lucy because the magic of all four of them. So yeah. Oh, I love that, Paula. Great word. So glad you have this channel and keeping Lucyism alive. The show that was so brilliant. I appreciate that you enjoy it and that you like it. Thank you so much, Paula. Awesome. It makes me happy that you guys and gals watch it because obviously it's one of those things. If you don't have viewers, you can't keep doing what you're doing. Like I could still keep doing it, but what's the point, right? If no one watches. Yeah. So very, very cool. Your little 10-year-old loves Ethel. Aw, that's so cute. Girl or boy? Do you think the spinoff the Mertzes should have happened? The thing is, I like the Mertzes, but I don't know if I like them enough for their own show. I would have liked something. I would have liked the Ricardos to guest star every once in a while. If it was just Fred Mertz Fred Mertz and Ethel Mertz. The problem with that is they would have to have a supporting cast, right? They would have to have others that would come on, and maybe I'd watch it, but I don't know if it would be my favorite show or a show that I'd be like, oh yeah, I have to really watch this, you know? So Eloise asks, there was a spinoff called The Mertzes? Well, they were going to do it, and Desi and Lucy were like, hey, we're not going to continue doing I Love Lucy, but do you want your own show? And Wolf Raleigh was like, absolutely, I'd do it in a heartbeat. I don't really like Vivian Vance, he says, but I'll do it. And Vivian Vance was like, absolutely not. I don't care how much you pay me. I will not act with that man ever again in my life. And because her no, they didn't do it. Yep. The other three were the straight men to Lucy. Remember the Roper spinoff from Three's Company? Not good. Yeah, I saw that. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think Jack Tripper was in that. Well, that was sort of like the one where he got married, and I didn't like that at all. I just was like, that did not enjoy. Did Vivian Vance actually toast? You should watch a video. I made a video on that and their feud. And there's much more to that. There's so much more that happened between them that I cover in my feud video. It's one of my most popular fact or fiction videos, and people like it. So yes. Well, in terms of Vivian Vance, they did want to have other people play the part of Vivian Vance. Barbara Pepper B. Benaderet and I think Vivian Vance hit the nail. They hit the nail on the head. Hit the nail on the head. Which is my favorite episode? From I Love Lucy, I really love Home Movies and Bonus Bucks. Those are my two. But then the John Wayne episode I really love as well. There's a lot that I really, really like, but I would pick those two up. And I like episodes that are not popular, meaning like they're not the most watched. That doesn't matter to me. Because most people say, what's your favorite Lucy episode? Oh, the chocolate one. Oh, the Vitamin Vegemite one. That usually tells me that maybe they haven't seen others because there's a lot of good ones. LA at Last is slowly making its way, in my opinion, to my favorite. It's probably third on my list, but I think it'll replace Bonus Bucks in my brain soon because I think that episode from the beginning to end is like perfection. It's just complete. It ends with Lucy fainting from kissing Bill Holden, and it begins with them getting into LA. So it's jam-packed with stuff, you know? So, yes. Have you read Desi Arnaz's book? Actually have it. It's a really expensive book. It's a really expensive book. Cheers. I've watched the show here and there, but I never got into it, to be honest. Ooh, who's my favorite Hogan's Heroes character? Schultz. But I do love Werner, so I do love Klink. I love Klink a lot. The supporting cast of the other heroes, they're okay, but I really, really love Schultz. And yeah, I'm not in my head because I'm like, yeah, and Werner. So good. So good. You should do translation of Ricky Ricardo's Spanish. I have, Nick's. I have. I've made several of them. Guys should watch those videos and comment what else you want me to translate. I'm trying to pick something up from the chat. Sometimes it goes up and my brain is like, ooh, what do I pick, right? If you like Hogan's Heroes, watch Dad's Army. It's pre-Hogan's Heroes. I've never heard of that, Ryan. Dad's Army. Do you like OTR? I feel like I know what that is, but I'm not really sure. OTR, what is that? I'm guessing it's a show, right? How did the castaways on Gilligan's Island finally leave? It's in a movie. It's not one of the episodes because they canceled the show. So they finished season 3. They canceled the show. They had episodes already lined up for, I think, season 4 for sure. And they might have even have done a season 5, but they canceled it, unfortunately. So they made a movie. They tied up all the huts together and they floated out to sea and they were saved. Yep. HSSALIH. I'm sorry, I don't know how to say that. Your guess is as good as mine. I think I've made enough updates for the moment, just for now, because it's just all over the place, you know. Oh, Eve Arden. She was great in Ellie at Last. She was great, and then we also had, of course, she was a smaller cameo, and then you have the big guest star, Bill Holden. So that episode was really filled. In fact, the first person to guest star on I Love Lucy was Tennessee Ernie Ford. I mean, you could say B. Benaderet if you want, because she was famous like after. But if you really want a person who was already well known, I know in the Midwest he was because he was a country singer, I believe, or he did country music. Tennessee Ernie Ford, and he was known there. But if you notice when he walked in, they didn't really clap for him because I think a California, LA type audience didn't really know him well. So I think that was interesting. He kind of played that type character. Ooh, Harpo Marx playing the harp. What a great moment. I love watching the Marx Brothers and then seeing him playing that. Amazing. Just great. Let me see here. Man, I'm just trying to get to comments. Oops. Bent Fork, Tennessee. Yep. I think they made it up for the show. I don't think there really is a Bent Fork. You guys can correct me if you're in Tennessee or know about the city, but I don't think it's a real thing. What show would I remake? I'm not into remakes, to be honest, Ryan. I really don't like remakes at all. There isn't something that has been remade at least recently. Now I could be wrong. There's maybe something that pops up that people may mention. Like if you can think of a good remake, something you're like absolutely good, and you let me know and I agree with you, I'll tell you. But I really haven't seen anything that was a good remake where I was like, that was worth it or it surpassed the original. I've heard what is True Grit was really good and almost better than the original, but I haven't seen either, so I can't really say. But I really love 310 to Yuma, and that was a remake. I haven't seen the original, but I really love the newer one. But yeah, I don't think I'm really into that. Edward Everett Horton as Mr. Ritter. I guess you can say that. He was more like a supporting actor. I kind of mean like if someone is big enough or if they walk through that door and you get a big round of applause, I say that's a big celebrity, right? And so the official real clap would have to be, of course, for Bill Holden. He was the first real like guest star like that. Tennessee Ernie Ford was a real, but he didn't really get the clap because he wasn't really well known. And so pick your poison, pick whichever one you think is a little more famous, but yeah. Angel, check out my video on the feud and then you'll get all the answers there. Definitely something that I covered in detail in the video. So yeah. Was Harpo Marx really mute? Nope, not at all. Part of the act, part of the character. Ever met an actor? Yeah, I have. Do you have any issues of the comic book? I've never heard of that. I never heard of that, to be honest with you. It's kind of funny. Let me see. The only remake I ever saw. The only remake you ever saw that you like was the Munsters remake. That's where they woke up from like a 30-year nap. Maryland's daughter moved in with them. Now, how new was that? Was like that 1990s or something? You have to look it up. You never heard his book is really good. Favorite show that is recent? I really don't watch a lot of recent. Like I watch stuff on Netflix, stuff like that. I watch Formula One a lot. I started watching a lot of Formula One. So yeah. Oh, 91, 92. Okay, about the Munsters remake. Cool beans. What's up? What's up to you? Nothing much. Here live streaming, enjoying myself. How'd you like the Whirling Jet episode? So Joe, I'm assuming you're asking about, because I think this was, I just want to make sure we're on the right page. Wow, it got really dark. Why is it so dark? I guess summer's leaving us. I love summer. It's my favorite season. Brain fart. Yes, Whirling Jet. It was a good episode. Again, I don't think it was the best, but it was a good episode. I think it was well done. They did a lot of good things. So, yep, definitely cool. Betty Davis? I'm not sure if that's correct or not. Oh, and here's the infamous Lucy Harpo Marx mirror scene. Now, I thought this was unique for this, but it obviously wasn't. It was originally in Duck Soup by the Marx Brothers with Groucho and Harpo. And then later, it just became a thing. Like people knew about this so much. It was so popular. And yeah, it was amazing. And to see the scene between them was just fantastic. Something I really enjoyed. Harpo, whoever told you we're up here? And he's like, Babaloo. And Lucy's like, Ricky. Yeah. And Fred. I love how he mimed things like that. It was so funny to me. And then, of course, I like that part where Ricky and Fred come in. Ricky comes in as Groucho Marx, and Fred comes in as Chico. That was amazing. I love it, guys and gals. Episode's about to end, so thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it, guys and gals. I'm going to take off for today. Thank you so much for joining the live stream, making it a success. If you haven't hit that thumbs up button, I would really appreciate it. Again, thank you so much for liking, commenting, subscribing, all that good stuff. It's very much appreciated. You make my channel continue. You make it successful. So thank you so much. We'll see you all next time. And don't forget, guys and gals, be hopeful.